Hi everybody, this is Mr. Kaiju here, and today, I was going to do a fun video about, something that happened, marketing-wise for Godzilla, which not most people actually found out. It wasn't, it's not too big of a news or whatever, but then I found some very interesting news, and this is massive, humongous spoilers. Huge spoilers is actually official, because, unless Total Film is being a jerk. And yeah, this is from Total Film, the modern guide to movies. I believe it's a magazine or something of that sort. It also has a website, and the title is called Godzilla 2014 Extended Footage Reaction. Spoilers ahead. Yes, there's spoilers ahead. Massive spoiler. Most likely this is real. Or maybe Total Film is just lying or something, which I don't think so. But if this is real, this is humongous spoilers. Huge spoilers about the film. Maybe the first attack or something. I don't know what exact. I didn't read the whole thing yet, so, it's going to be a pretty big surprise for me as well. I read a little bit of it, but not too much. Not the whole thing. It's going to be a pretty long read, but some very massive spoilers. So they said massive spoilers. Massive spoilers. So now, here we go. Let me read these massive spoilers. So yeah, it's an article. I'll put this article as a link in the description below if you can check it out yourself. So this is what it says. Total Film was lucky enough to be amongst the first people in the world to gaze upon the glory of Gareth Edwards' Godzilla this morning in the swanky surroundings of the Mayfair Hotel. Wait, let me see, when was this? Okay, this was posted February 28th, so it was today. Pretty interesting. So here we go. Edwards, who introduced the footage and took part in a detailed Q&A afterwards, spoke about being nervous, but he certainly didn't seem it. He wasn't a charismatic, confident, humorous presence, getting laughs and spontaneous applause from the crowd. Sorry, crowd, not cloud. But as Gareth pointed out at one point, he was amongst friends, and many people, Total Film included, were invited because of the support we've given him during the earliest stage of his career. Parentheses, which, to be fair, he's still in. This is only his second film. And what a treat we're in for. We're now going to describe what we saw, but be warned, this comes with a massive spoiler warning, because we know that some people can't help themselves. We're not giving any mega spoilers away. Parentheses, we saw something wonderful that we won't be ruining here. But if you want to go in completely cold, please ignore the below. The below doesn't make any sense, actually. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, here we go. This is extended footage. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be exactly. Maybe it's part of the film, or maybe it's going to be in the next trailer. Because, better film ratings put, on better film ratings. I think the most latest trailer to be there is, it says Godzilla Trailer 2A, which is pretty interesting. So, maybe a new trailer or something. That'll be pretty cool. So yeah, here we go with the spoilers. So here we go. Our favorite section of footage opened with Aaron Taylor Johnson on a monorail train that has just stopped dead because of a power failure. Just as he's reassuring a young boy that everything is going to be okay, we cut to a party scene on a beach, where it quickly revealed that everything is decidedly not okay. Not by a long shot. An explosion in the mountains resonates through the trees, and a siren goes off. A small child watches the waves as we start to see movement. Eventually, we see Godzilla's iconic ridges move through the sea, looking for all the world like Jaws fins multiplied and supersized. A huge tidal wave starts to build up, and we follow a crowd as they flee through the city. This sequence is pretty powerful, almost resonant of news footage, reminding us all of the natural disasters we've been forced to witness. Pretty interesting. Looks like there's a grammar issue there. In the real world in recent years. In one incredible shot, we see bodies caught in the water pass by a glass door, shot from the viewpoint of people safe inside. It's sickening to see the bodies tumble past caught in the current. Now right here, this could possibly be rated R because as you hear it right here, there's dead bodies caught in the water as they pass through the glass. That is shot from the viewpoint of people safe inside. Ooh, that's pretty gruesome. So this could possibly be a rated R, or if not, it can be like the Dark Knight Rises trilogy, where it could be like PG-13, but very close to an R. So, probably. But, I mean, if it has a bunch of blood or whatever, or gore, then, yeah, it will absolutely be an R. But, just people floating. So, I'm not sure about that. But, pretty sickening. Then we cut to the big guy, Godzilla himself. We see his hands. They look fantastic, ridiculously canon. Then his broad midriff. Then onto his huge tail as it sweeps through the city. Soldier shoots, but no avail. So this is not going to be, 1998 Godzilla. More like 1998 Zilla, where he gets killed by missiles or whatever. Doesn't work. Nothing works for this Godzilla, which is great. Then we're back on the train as the lights go on and it starts to move. And then we cut this description dead because something pretty darn mind-blowing happens. And we want you to experience it in the finished feature. Ah, come on. We cut this. Okay, so looks like that's the end for the spoiler. Actually, no, that's not the end, but I wonder where this other part can go. Then we're back on the train as the lights go on and it starts to move. And then we cut the description dead because something darn mind-blowing happens. Maybe one of the Muto creatures come by or something. Maybe the Muto fighting Godzilla or something. I guess we have to wait until the film. Now the other part. So we're not going to do a missing reel before coming back to reveal that the footage ended on a panning shot of Godzilla from feet to face. And he looks astonishing. So that means right here, it looks like they saw footage that actually shows Godzilla, his full entire body. We haven't seen that in the movie yet. We have seen it in the Empire magazine, but we haven't seen it like, with a whole glorious CGI or in the trailers or nothing like that yet. Our jaws dropped. And as the roar hits its huge goosebump moment, that will be having audiences whispering, wow. Then the finished film hits. But that's not all we saw. At one point in Q&A, Edward said he was pleased to have secured sound designer Eric Haddow, who did Transformers with Michael Bay and Tree of Life with Terrence Malick, which was kind of what we wanted to do with this, a combination of those things. We'd say that they've succeeded. The event opened with an intense sequence centered around Bryan Cranston that featured the shots, the sort of powerful emotions you get from the best of Malick. Willis also squeezing in a lot of frantic running, sonic booms. It opened with Cranston walking through a power plant in a tweed jacket and glasses, being breathed on some huge seismic activity. Then something hits the plants, setting off a chain reaction, transforming Cranston into an action hero as he runs to rescue his wife, Julia Binoche, who caught in the calamity. So that means maybe the Muto, maybe Godzilla destroy the nuclear plant, and then a chain reaction, boom, 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 boom. And then, Bryan Cranston wasn't in one of them, and then, trying to save her wife, and I guess it turned out that he was actually killed or something. So, not exactly sure. So now, where are we at? Okay, so smoke turned red by warning lights, envelopes a corridor as Binoche stumbles to safety. Sorry you hear that, but I don't know, there's something with the water, I don't know. But, okay, so smoke turned red by warning lights, envelopes a corridor as Binoche stumbles to safety. Sadly, the exit is also the barrier to disaster, and Cranston is forced to, remember kids, there's spoilers here, shut the door, essentially killing his wife and creating another major goosebump moment as the smoke covers her. That means Cranston was forced to shut the door. Cranston was forced to shut the door. And that's actually pretty sad, but there was all this commotion, so either trying to save one person that's really important to you or trying to save the rest of the population in that city. So, very, pretty climatic. It's beautiful shots by Edwards, who swoops in on Cranston's desperate face through the porthole of the door as it closes. His reaction is up there with his best work on Breaking Bad, so it may come as a surprise to hear that Edwards hasn't really seen that particular show, though he has caught a few episodes. The real reason I wanted to work with Brian was Malcolm in the Middle and an episode of Airwolf from 1986. He said during the Q&A to Big Laughs. Next we saw Cranston being interrogated following the disaster. It was basically the full footage of that incredible speech we celebrated when we reported on the trailer. According to Edwards, he had lots of fantasy shots planned for the sequence, but Cranston's performance was so impressive from the get-go, they went with the first take. We can certainly see why. Any Walter White fans in the crowd won't be disappointed by what they will experience here. You saw two major scenes, both involving soldiers. In one, a small group of U.S. Marines are investigating whether a bridge is safe enough to deliver some important cargo. It's a tense, beautifully shot sequence, and one we can really go into more detail on. You'll find out why in May. So it looks like these shots are actually from the film itself, so that's pretty cool. We're also hampered by our honor code when it comes to describing the final sequence we saw. It was a full halo jump from the trailer, except here we saw the soldiers landing in the ruined city instead of just dropping towards it. Falling straight into something incredible you'll thank us for keeping a secret, we promise. Pretty interesting. Could they land on Godzilla? Maybe Muto? It's gonna be awesome. Okay, and then that's the end of the spoilers. There's a bunch more. So yeah. But overall, these were some massive spoilers. If you, you want to read it yourself, or you didn't even understand me the whole entire time, in which I could understand, then I'll leave this article as a link in the description below, for you can check it out. So yeah, and for the spoilers, the end. No more spoilers. Or maybe, actually, if you're right back and you want to be spoiler free, then go ahead and not watch this video again, because I might talk about what I think about this. Maybe, I don't know. But, okay, so from what we heard here is that there's a scene with, it looks like it's a monorail train, and it actually stopped because there was like a power failure, maybe no battery or something. No, it needs more fuel. And then we get the shot with a party in the beach, but it doesn't look like a regular party. There's something very wrong about this party. And then Godzilla comes out, with all his CGI glory, And then, we see his hands and, soldiers shoot at him and all this chaos. And then we're back in the train scene and, the lights go on again and starts to move finally. And then, we don't know because, they actually blocked it here. They finished that part. And then the other sequence, on the other way, okay. So in the other sequence, we saw the part with Cranston and the nuclear plants. Is that not Aaron Taylor Johnson. Bryan Cranston is in the nuclear plants, but then that's when all hell breaks loose, as he mentioned in the interview. Maybe Godzilla or something attacked it. It created a chain reaction. All these nuclear plants were starting to explode and dissolve or whatever. And then it hit the one with Bryan Cranston, so all of them ran away. Most likely this is the Janjira nuclear plant, most likely. And then, he runs the opposite way as the other employees in the Janjira nuclear plant were. He tried to save his wife, but, ended up, I guess she got killed because, if he didn't close the door, then all the radioactivity on that would have killed, like terminated the whole people there, and there was like a school right next to them. So pretty intense. So he had to close it, which ended the life of Juliette Binoche, which is, who does she play as again? I forgot. But you know, as Cranston's wife. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate for him because you know it's a pretty big loss. And then another part with, and then a very small like clip of some U.S. Marines that are investigating, you know, a bridge. Most likely this is the San Francisco bridge, and they're determining if it's safe enough to deliver some quote-unquote important cargo. This important cargo might be maybe some, you know, maybe some radioactive products, maybe some little muto creatures, I don't know. Maybe the muto creatures, you know, they have all these parasites that go off or something. Maybe like a bomb or something, I don't know, but, you know, they're trying to determine if they can deliver something important. And then that's when, you know, there's a very intense scene that they stopped or whatever. Because, you know, they stopped detailing it because it might have spoilers in it. And then we got another scene with the whole entire Halo jump scene. Except they actually, instead of, you know, instead of just dropping towards it, they actually land in the ruined city. And they're falling straight into something that Total Film wants to keep it a secret, which is alright for they cannot spoil the whole entire film. But overall, these were the massive spoilers. So yeah, if you know, stayed to this video, then thank you very much. So yeah, that's the end for the spoilers and also the end for this video. This is the end for this video, as I mentioned. Tell me in the comments below if you even, you know, saw this video. What do you think of these, you know, clips or footage that's Total Film watched? Do you think this is real? Just tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. And also I'll put this article as a link in the description below as well. So yeah, this is Mr. Kaiju signing out. And remember, subscribe, like, and comment.